Hello and welcome to installing Eclipse on your home computer. The first thing you'll need to do is go to the website oracle.com. Oracle owns Java, so they'll be the ones that you can get it from. You then click on Downloads and then go to Java for Developers. Once you're at Java for Developers, you want to get Java Downloads, the Java Platform JDK. And the important part here is that it says an 8. There's lots of updates of Java. It has different versions of it, but the important part that you want to make sure is to get Java 8. It may be by the time you get this, I'm recording this in July, that they've actually released a new version, but that's fine. They're all pretty much the same once you're actually in 8. So we'll click and download Java JDK 8. You have to agree to this license agreement, and you can read through it if you like, if you ever read through them. So we want to get the Java SE Development Kit 8, and then whatever. I'm running on a Mac, so I'm going to be getting the Mac OS X x64. If you're running on a Windows machine, you're probably going to want the Windows 64. If you have a much older computer, it's possible you might have a Windows x86. But that's only if you have a computer that's really over 3 years old, probably actually 5 years old at this point. But generally you're going to want the Windows x64 if you're running a Windows machine. Anyways, so I'm going to get the Mac OS X 64 and I'm going to click and I'm going to start downloading that. While that's downloading, Java is the first part of it. I also need to get the Eclipse IDE, and the Eclipse IDE I can conveniently get from Eclipse. So the website that you're going to be looking for is eclipse.org, and this is the program that will actually interface with Java. So we're going to go to Downloads. Eclipse is a nice website and generally tries to go to the website you're looking for. And if you're running on a Mac, you're certainly going to want the Mac OS X 64-bit. The 32-bit, I don't even know why they make it anymore. It's really for computers that are probably about 10 years older. Anyway, so you want to get Eclipse Standard 4.4, which I assume will be this one when you actually read this. So we're going to download Mac OS X 64. Now, if you're running a Windows machine, this will probably this will very likely populate with the standard thing for Windows. So it'll probably pop up there. Again, you're probably going to want Windows 64-bit. If you have a computer that's much older, then you might want the 32, but talk to me about that. You probably want Windows 64. Anyways, so we're going to start downloading that as well. We are going to download it from Sure. And we are downloading that. Now I'm going to check the status of these two. We can see that the Java JDK is almost done. You need to make sure that you are that you install the Java, what's called the JDK, Java Development Kit, first before you install Eclipse. And it's done. And so now I'm going to put that on my desktop for easy viewing. And I'm going to double click on that, install that while Eclipse is very slowly downloading. I may have to do a Martha Stewart moment in a bit, since Eclipse is downloading very, very slow. Anyways, double click on the Java JDK 8 update. I continue. I want to install. I have to type in my secret password. It's now installing, exciting footage at its best, and it's successfully installed. Now, we won't really see anything happen with it being installed until we actually have the version of Eclipse installed. So I'm going to pause this and come back in a few minutes when Java has actually finished installing it. Okay, and we're back. So I've now downloaded Eclipse, and I'm dragging that again to the desktop, and I will open it to be able to install it properly. We see here I have a folder Eclipse. Now Eclipse itself is actually really easy to install. Once we've opened it, If we're on the Mac, we go to the applications. Windows, I believe, walks you through an installation of it. And we just drag the applications, our new folder to applications, and I have an existing copy of Eclipse on mine, so I'm going to replace it. It's now copied everything over there, and we see I have an Eclipse. The next thing I want to do, and let me fix something on my computer quickly, is I'm going to be using Eclipse a lot this semester, so I want you to be able to see it. I want to be able to use it very quickly. So I'm going to click and hold on the Eclipse icon and drag it down onto my toolbar. Now this is only something you're going to do on a Macintosh. What I'd recommend if you're doing it on a PC is you create a shortcut on your desktop, which again you do, I believe you do through a right click and you go through it. Anyways, so we have, once we have Eclipse easily accessible, I'm on a Macintosh, so I have to verify that yes, I want to use something I've downloaded from the internet. We get the Eclipse loading screen, and now what I need to do is choose a workspace. Now I'm working on my own personal computer, so choosing a workspace here is not going to be, I can put it basically wherever I want to. I recommend highly that you use a program called Dropbox. If you haven't installed Dropbox, you have it on Mac and PC, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use Dropbox because it backs up everything you use to the internet. Now again, this is on your own personal computer. On the school computers, you can use the S drive, which we'll talk about in a different video if you're using a school computer. Anyways, I've created a Dropbox folder here, and it's fall semester for CS110, and I have a code folder, and you can see, and once I'm in, I would recommend within Dropbox making a folder for CS110, and within there making a folder, and this is where all of your code will live. I have mine organized because I have more than just programs and things in my 110. I have the homework assignments I'm going to give you, the lectures I'm going to present. So within there I have code, and then I have personal code that I'm doing as sort of background projects for playing around, and then I have another folder that I'm going to create now, which is going to be called class, and this will consist of folder that I'll be doing for class presentations and what have you. Now once I've created this folder, I hit open, and it gives me the correct directory. You're probably going to want to click use the default and do not ask again because you're not going to change. I use Eclipse for a whole bunch of different classes, so I like being asked each time. And then I hit OK. Now I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to open a new video that's going to be for everyone, not just people who are installing on their own personal computer.